This is really the gathering of the neuropathologists, and it's an opportunity for anybody to seek out and connect with colleagues and people they don't know or people they've known for a long time. It's a chance, because of the scale of the meeting, which is 400 people, it's a really ideal size, for people at the meeting the very first time to speak to the most senior members. It's common for a very senior member to be presenting and a question to be asked by a trainee, and for the other to happen, a trainee present and a very senior neuropathologist come to the microphone to ask an interesting and important question about what they've done. It's the only meeting that we have where we are the dominant group in the community. We often participate in other clinical and experimental neuroscience meetings. Those of us who work on neurodegenerative disease go to the Alzheimer and related meetings. Those who work on tumors go to the neuro-oncology meetings. But in those contexts, the neuropathologist perspective is a small component of what's being discussed. And this is the place where the neuropathologist and neuropathology is front and center in all discussions. For the clinically active neuropathologist, it's clearly the chance to hear what is going on at the cutting edge in our community, and especially in areas where you might not be an active practitioner in that particular aspect of the field. For people who are experimentalists, it's a chance to interact with those who see and understand clinical problems. And for experimentalists and other professionals who are not directly doing neuropathology, it's a chance to come and understand what neuropathologists bring to the rest of the community. Rather than having to sort of struggle to understand how we approach these problems, you get to really see what it is that neuropathologists do and how we think about the diseases that we're involved in studying. The thing that's most striking year after year is, especially in the genetics of brain tumors, the ability to analyze, classify tumors differently. And we see this if you think about the pace at which the WHO classification has changed. It's moving at a year-by-year rate now rather than a decade-by-decade rate. So each year, new information is shared at the AANP meeting that's important for how people are going to practice in the future. One thing that we're very excited about discussing at the meeting in Atlanta are how new and emerging therapies, especially the immune modulatory therapies for tumors, are causing new diseases and new neuropathologic processes in the brain. We think this is an important area. Our clinical colleagues recognize that neurologic consequences of those therapies are very prominent, and it's time for neuropathologists to understand and discuss what the histologic consequences of those therapies are.